Hi and welcome back to my YouTube channel. You ever heard the stories about the elephants' graveyards? How for many years people used to be puzzled as to where elephants used to go to die, and they believed that they had some secret place where they'd go in the jungle and all lie down and die, and you'd eventually find their graveyard and all the skeletons there. Well, I haven't looked that up. I should. Maybe you can Google it. I should have looked that up. But I believe that to a certain extent that sort of thing does happen. However, I think of elephants like I think of camcorders. I think there's a graveyard in here where all these old camcorders come to die and no one knows they're here. I've got a few. I've shown a few lately, and today is no exception. I'm going to show you another one. I was at my photography group on Monday, my Parkinson's photography group, and one of the ladies had this camera that she wanted to see if I could get it going, because she wants to use, even though it's a mini DV camcorder, you can put an SD card in it, and she wanted to just take still photos on it. And I said, well, you're not going to get very good quality. You're better off with your phone or with a digital camera than that. But anyway, we plugged it in while the meeting was going on to try and charge it up, charge the battery up. And then as soon as we opened it up, when the meeting ended, a warning sign came up in the viewfinder that said due. And then it just shuts down after about 10 seconds. And I did some research on the internet and found similar cameras to this one, not exactly the same, where it's a common problem with these Sharp camcorders. And it's to do with the fact that if they're left lying around for any time and they're exposed to moist conditions or whatever, it builds up some humidity inside the camera, and it shuts the camera down. There's a little chip in there that shuts the camera down to stop you from having problems with tangling your tapes up in the camcorder later on when you're trying to use them. In fact, while you're in this situation, you can't even load a tape in it. Anyway, that's a little bit of a preamble to what I'm going to show you. And here it is here. I've got it plugged in at the moment, charging up. I've got you can charge, there's a battery in the side here. You can charge it up from in there. I'll show you. It's a Sharp. I've got the manual here, and it's in 2 languages. I think it's in Japanese and also in English. ViewCam Z. And beautiful looking little camera. Interesting how this part here swivels. And I thought, wonder why they do that. And then I thought, oh, so it's got a, I'll just show you, it's got a flip out screen like so many things have these days, these camcorders. But you can flip it out like that. And then when you want to use it, looking down on the top here, you can turn this up here this way. And therefore you've got your controls on the top. So you can control everything up here. Turn it on to recording on the camera. Press this record button here to record. And then playback, you just lift it. You've got 3 controls there. Standby, and then you've got a little thing up the top here whereby if you want to record to the SD card, it's there. Or you record to the tape, you do it there. And the SD card goes underneath here. You slip an SD card in here. Slide this back. Let's have a look and see. Which way does that go? Wait a minute. Just pull it out like that, okay? And then there's an SD card in there. I've actually got an old one in there, 4 GB, but I think it has to be a lot smaller than that to actually work in there. So we'll take that out anyway. So that's where your SD card goes in. So you can record on card or on the tape. Where are we? Let's go back here again. You've got a volume control here and an SD. Oh, yeah, a wide angle and a wide angle and a telephoto zoom on the camera, and also that says it controls the volume there. I didn't realise that. It controls the volume of the camera. So when you're playing back, so it's got a nice little lens on there. Have a look at that. It is a what is it? It's an f1.8 38 to 38 millimeter zoom lens. There you go. 10 times optical zoom it is, and it also gives you 700 times digital zoom, but that wouldn't be too good. So you've also got a viewfinder you can look through there if you want to save your battery power. So what happens, I've got this turned on, and you watch what happens when I open this window up, and I'll turn it on to the camera setting, and you'll see what happens on the screen here. Whoops. Okay, see that due sign that's coming up there, and it'll turn itself off in a second. Should do. There you go, it's turned off. And that's this little mechanism that's built into the camera, which unfortunately is far too efficient. Battery goes in here, just there. You can actually source these batteries off the internet. You can buy new versions of these. You just slide that down there, and your little battery fits in there. And there's also another little a button battery for the memory of the camera. So, and then you've got toggle switches here to stop and rewind the tapes and all that sort of stuff and play them back, which I used a minute ago when I got this going, because I did what they told me to on this tutorial I was watching, where this man was having a go at fixing the one he had, and he got his going. And there's this little contacts in there, and there was a couple of solutions here. One was to try and heat those contacts up. The other one was to try and resolder them. The other one was to disconnect them or to short them out, and then the camera worked. But you were in danger of, when the camera got the wrong temperature, you were going to tangle up your tapes. So he said that's not a great idea. But what they recommend in the manual is, when you have this problem, to open the door and leave it open for about, all day, and then close it, and it should be okay. And that's a bit what I did before. I tried, someone else dried it out with a hairdryer. I tried that this morning, but I thought this is a bit dangerous, and that didn't do too much. But I did notice that after leaving the door open for about an hour or a couple of hours, I managed to, it worked again for a little while, about 5 minutes it was working okay. So I just opened that up there, and now that pops out, and we'll get a tape. These are the mini DV tapes, and we'll try and pop that in there, but I bet you it won't close it, won't let me do it. See, it just pops it straight back out again, because of that problem that's there. And then to even shut it, now it's going to shut it okay, and like that. So if I was to leave this open for another, I don't know, 5 or 6 hours, it'll probably work again. So this man was saying that he's fixed one up, and he's had it go for a couple of years, and it suddenly stops on him again. So, beautiful camera. I wish it was a lot more reliable. But anyway, a couple of little beautiful accessories. This is a microphone. See the little contacts on the bottom there? I wondered how that fitted on, because there's no noticeable contacts on there. But actually, you just slip this on. This is a microphone. You slip it on in the hot shoe there, and you push it back, and it goes, those contacts go in underneath there, so there must be contacts in there. So then you've got that little microphone. I haven't sussed it out, haven't used it yet, but I presume this is so you can actually record your own speaking while you're doing some vlogging maybe, I don't know. And then, so that's that little attachment, which is pretty cute. It's got a built-in microphone, obviously, and it's got a built-in light. Oh, going the wrong way there, wasn't I? So now this one here is a little extra light. Look at that, very cute. So we put that in there, slot it in the same slot. It's got the same contacts underneath. Slot it in the slot. There's a camera market coming up in Adelaide on the 2nd of October, which I just registered for today, so this might be for sale there. We'll see what happens. So there you go, and you just do these up. And that's a nice little video light that sits on the top there. So, and there are probably quite a few other features. You've got a menu, a display mode, LCD lamp. So there's the LCD lamp. That must be the one under there, the little switch for the LCD lamp. But at this stage, I can't show you it working. I did record about, I don't know, a minute of tape before when I had it going, and it worked okay. With some new tapes that I had here. And if you can get it going, I think it's a beautiful little machine, and a relic from the past. Someone was saying there weren't too many of these for sale on the internet anymore. In fact, I couldn't see too many of these machines at all. I just unplugged the. There is a remote control comes with it, but I think my friend's still got the remote control. So there you go. It's a nice little Sharp zoom, and to all intents and purposes, if you could get it going, a wonderful little thing to add to your camera collection. And if you wanted to shoot mini DV, which I used to do a lot of, and I sold a few of these mini DV cameras of different brands, It's a beauty, but it's got this problem. So you've got to fix that. Anyway, that looks a bit untidy, doesn't it? A bit late now to fix that. Anyway, so thanks for watching. Like if you like, subscribe if you wish, and I'll see you next time. See you later.